Well, I'm speaking today with Willie Pohl, who is an author. She's about to release a book called Together We Drum, Our Hearts Beat as One. She is originally from the Sioux and currently residing on the East Coast. Hello, Willie. Welcome.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. So, talk to me. So you grew up like did you were raised in the Sioux, or how long ago did you move to the East Coast?
Yeah, so born and raised in the Sioux, lived there pretty much my whole life. Um, Been living a little bit nomadic the last couple of years.
Okay.
Um, and but still I spend like my summers in the Sioux. My family has always lived in the Sioux. And so yeah, it'll always be kind of home to me. And I miss it all the time, but I do still spend my summers in Sault Ste. Marie.
Okay. Oh, fantastic. Okay. So, I love the use of the word nomadic. That's very descriptive. So, talk to me then a little bit. How did you come to, create this book? And have you produced
Yeah,
others?
absolutely. So I originally started my journey working in Indigenous education. I've always been super passionate about Indigenous education and decolonizing education. I'm a member of the Métis Nation of Ontario, and I've always been quite close to my roots.
Okay.
Um, and I had worked at Garden River First Nation for a little bit in education, and
Okay.
I had gotten quite close. I get quite close with all of the youth that I work with. I work with mostly middle and high school. Um, and basically, I just kept hearing some similar themes of so many young Indigenous women who were afraid to visit family in Thunder Bay because they knew somebody who had went missing or had been found murdered in the area. And so I had just been around the high rates of violence towards Indigenous women and children and kind of hearing those stories for so long. And
Yeah.
then when I had moved to BC, I was a high school teacher in Namai Valley,
Okay.
which is about 3 hours from Williams Lake, which is like the closest grocery store. So it's a bit of a trek down a dirt road in one of the most beautiful places in Canada. It's surrounded by the mountains. The Honeyguatine people are the most welcoming and beautiful community. And so I had went on a trip with one of my high school students, and I had no idea. I was new to BC. I didn't know where we were going. I was just following the GPS. And we had driven the Highway of Tears, and I remember just seeing sign after sign of all of these young women who were missing. And I'm sitting there beside this, Indigenous youth, and I'm just like so many thoughts were going through my head. And so it was kind of shortly after that that I had sort of a dream. And I woke up from the dream and I just started writing. And I wrote this story, which on the surface is about an Indigenous girl who goes on an adventure and she faces, a monster who takes the form of racism and hate. And she overcomes the monster with help of her matriarchs and her ancestral connection and connection to her culture. But adults will be able to see that a lot of those matriarchs in that story are from the MMIWG2S. Um,
Okay, wow. So really an important message, and certainly, your passion for providing education that's relevant to, current times and the indigenous journey and the challenges. Very powerful message. How is it that you came to collaborate with the artist? I was looking at some of the images. It's breathtaking.
yeah, so I think that the story itself is good, but the artwork is what makes it just absolutely phenomenal. Every time I see the artwork, I cry. I
Yeah.
was a
No,
huge,
it's very,
huge
very
fan.
powerful, very moving for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been a long time fan of Chief Ladybird.
Hmm.
Um, I think her work is just so incredible and so powerful. But it wasn't even her art that kind of drew me to want to work with her.
Okay.
It was kind of just how she's so authentically herself on social media, and it just is always super refreshing to see Chief Ladybird whenever she speaks. the articles done about her. She's really, really an incredible person. And so I had emailed her and just said, would you be interested in illustrating a book? And of course, she was super busy, and I knew that she would be busy. And I totally had my heart set on it, but I didn't think that I would ever actually get to work with Chief Lady Bird, because she has quite a wait list and she's very popular. And she read the story and loved it as much as I did. And so she, joined on, and it's been incredible to work with. I was so new to the book world and new to all of that. So I had no idea what I wanted on each page or how it should look. And she just had total free reign and did a more incredible job than I could have imagined.
Wow. So an amazing opportunity to collaborate with somebody that clearly you have so much enthusiasm and so much respect for. So the book, I believe you told me, is available in pre-sale in this moment, correct? With the official launch scheduled for this summer.
Yeah, so the official launch will actually be in October. So we go to print quite soon. And then
Okay.
I'll have author copies in June. So I'll have some physical copies and some pre-read copies.
Okay.
But then it will be shipped out to, customers in October. And it'll be available pretty much wherever books are sold. But right now we do have a pre-order link through the publisher.
Okay. Great. Well, you know what? I am so thrilled to be speaking with you about such an amazing creation. I want to thank you for taking the time to give our viewers some details, and I look forward to the official launch. If you are here in the Soo, hopefully I can bring you on the show in studio and we can discuss.
Absolutely. I'm hoping to do a book signing in the Soo for sure, being my home and all that.
Fantastic. Well, thanks again, Willie, for being here with me today, and I'm going to keep my eye on you.
Awesome. Thanks so much.